I'm done letting you fuckers try to bully me into enjoying Dark Souls. And no, I don't mean you necessarily. I mean, I'm just kind of sick of being looked at like some sort of second-class citizen or something when I tell these diehard Souls players I'm just really not into those kind of games. It's not you, it's me. And I guess I'm gonna have to make myself crystal fucking clear here. I don't have a problem with most Dark Souls players, it's just the vocal minority. What I'm gonna be talking about here today are the mega fans that think if you can't play Dark Souls blindfolded with the Power Glove, then you're some sort of lesser human or something. As well as kind of what else goes into those games. Have you ever had an interaction with a Dark Souls fan and they made you kind of feel bad, either you didn't like the game or you just weren't that great at them? Well, let's talk about it. There seems to be some memo that I missed about being good at hard video games, and how it seems to make your dick grow 3 inches bigger. But what's the point in having a big dick if you're just not gonna leave the basement? Alright, Jacob, that's enough. Let's get to the fucking point. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't understand the appeal of these games. Every time I talk to someone about Dark Souls or any Souls-like games, I get met with one of two responses. First being, yeah, the challenge is part of the fun. It's not for everyone, which is valid, respectful, but it doesn't quite help me out too much. And then there's option number 2, which is, well, if you don't like it, it's probably because you suck and you're a virgin. Okay, I get it. I get the sense of pride and accomplishment, but holy shit, don't tell me to kill myself if I don't want to spend 5 hours trying to kill the same fucking boss. I honestly don't know if it's just because I'm an adult and I don't have as much free time as I did when I was younger to play fucking video games, but coming home after a full day of work grinding one area of Dark Souls doesn't seem like that appealing to me. I've noticed over the last few years there's been a lot of discussion about difficulty in video games, primarily with notable releases such as Cuphead, the Souls games, etc. I'm all for having difficulty options in games. It's all these gatekeeping fucking losers online who want to have games all to themselves and then get pissed off because they're oppressed because they are gamers. Difficulty options in games give everyone at every skill level a chance to jump in and enjoy video games. With casual gaming being more popular now than it ever has been in history, with the rise of the casual player base enjoying Fortnite, Call of Duty, to Xbox releasing their adaptive controller, gaming has been more accessible nowadays than it ever has been before in the past. If I was a Dark Souls fan and I had someone come to me and tell me that they were struggling playing these games, I would give them tips on how to enjoy the games or try to help them get better, as opposed to just tell them to fuck off and get good. As fans of something, shouldn't people want others to come and enjoy the thing that they like? Like every time that my significant other comes and shows interest in something Star Wars related, for instance, I get excited. Even if it's primarily just for Baby Yoda, I still get enjoyment out of sharing an interest of mine with someone that's close to me. I don't go and tell her, oh, well, you're not gonna understand The Mandalorian because you haven't watched the Clone Wars yet. No, I'm gonna throw that shit on and watch it with her. So Dark Souls games are hard. We get it, you're a loser, okay. But besides the difficulty, there's this distinct jankiness to all of the Souls games that I've noticed. I don't know how best to describe it, and I don't want to just throw out bad game design, but there is just this feeling of weight and sluggishness when I've tried to play in the past. I know these games take strategy and all that when approaching combat, it just seems like a little bit too slow-paced and janky for me. I take a look at games that have been praised for their combat systems that I've played and really enjoyed, like the Batman Arkham games and Spider-Man PS4 come to mind, but that combat is really fun to me. The combat has a difficulty in its own regard in terms of enemy variety and lots of different ways to approach these enemy encounters. Dark Souls and games like them, the combat just kind of boils down to rolling around like a pussy taking pot shots until the enemies die. The best example I can use is comparing two separate games, which are Jedi Fallen Order and the Force Unleashed games. Both are Star Wars games, both you play as a Force user. One of these games gives you the true power fantasy and the fun factor that we haven't seen in Star Wars games for a long time, this one being Force Unleashed. Now, when compared to Force Unleashed, Jedi Fallen Order feels a lot more like you're controlling a Star Wars action figure. On its own, Jedi Fallen Order is a good game, the story being its strongest factor. For a Star Wars fan like myself, the gameplay and everything else is still serviceable, but I don't think it quite matches the pure fun factor of playing as an overpowered Force user. I've noticed that Dark Souls fans are just kind of like the stoners of the gaming community. Now, I'm gonna preface this with, where I live, weed is legal, okay? But if you tell a devout stoner that you don't like smoking weed, Like, if it's not your thing, they'll bombard you with, oh, well, you're just not smoking the right strain, or, bro, how do you not like getting high? What's wrong with you? Like, no, dude, I just get fucking anxiety and panic attacks when I smoke, okay? Leave me alone, goddammit. Diehard Souls fans will say the same sort of shit, like, you're not playing the right games, maybe if you tried Sekiro, and shit like that. Like, it's a foreign concept to them that you don't like the same thing, and if you don't like it, you're just bad at the game. Honestly, this kind of leads me into the fear that I have about Souls-like games. Like, I get it, there's a large market of these turbo virgin Dark Souls fans that will play any fucking game coming out that's related to Dark Souls, leading more and more of these companies to make games inside of that Dark Souls genre. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong to having lots of different games in different genres. I think that's a good thing. But when the only third-person games being made are just Dark Souls clones with new skins on them, that becomes a problem. Now, granted, I did enjoy Jedi Fallen Order. It's the only kind of Souls game that I've played from beginning to end, and that's just because I like Star Wars, and also because I got to change the difficulty. Like, in what fucking world would a Jedi be killed by a goddamn stormtrooper? I get that these games are supposed to be hard, but Jesus Christ, that's not Star Wars. Stormtroopers are useless. When I heard that they announced a new Wolverine game, if I hadn't heard it wasn't being done by Insomniac, the people behind the Spider-Man games, I would be scared that it was just going to be like a Souls-like game. Imagine playing a Wolverine game, playing as a character that's practically fucking invincible, and having it be a Dark Souls game. That's unfortunately something I could see happening if the IP were ever transferred to a different developer. Mostly because these games are popular and they tend to sell well. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just preference. People are allowed to enjoy or not enjoy things. Don't bully people for not enjoying or being interested in the same things you like. Take that time and effort to bully people with stupid interests, like bronies or horse girls. I know that most Dark Souls fans aren't terrible, it's just the vocal minority that gives them a bad name, just like with any fan base. But let me know what you think. Are you a fan of these games? Am I just talking out of my ass, and should I just go take a forever nap? Now, feel free to bully me or argue with others in the comments. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I've got weekly videos out every Tuesday. That will be it for me today. I will see you all next week.